Welcome back to Be Kind Fare, your home for thought-provoking ideas. Today, we're diving into a massive what if. What if, overnight, the entire world stopped eating meat? It's a fascinating scenario with consequences that would ripple across every aspect of our lives. From our economy to the environment, and even the very landscape of our planet, the changes would be staggering. Let's explore what might happen if we all woke up in a vegetarian world. The first and most immediate shock would be to the global economy. The livestock industry is a colossal part of our world's financial system, valued at well over $1 trillion. An instant halt would trigger a financial tsunami. Millions of jobs are directly tied to raising animals for food. Farmers, ranchers, slaughterhouse workers, and transport drivers would find themselves unemployed overnight. The impact wouldn't stop there. Think about all the related industries: companies that produce animal feed, veterinarians specializing in livestock, and manufacturers of farming equipment would face an unprecedented crisis. The economic disruption would be immense, requiring massive government intervention and retraining programs on a scale never seen before. Entire communities built around the livestock trade would need to reinvent themselves to survive. But as these old industries crumble, new ones would rise to take their place. The demand for plant-based foods would skyrocket. Farmers would race to convert their land to grow more lentils, beans, soy, fruits, and vegetables. The market for plant-based alternatives would explode, with innovation and investment pouring into creating a wider variety of nutritious and delicious options. This agricultural revolution would create a new wave of jobs in farming, food processing, research, and development. It would be a challenging transition, but one that opens up entirely new economic pathways. One of the most significant changes would be the reclamation of vast amounts of land. Globally, an enormous percentage of our habitable land is used for livestock, either for grazing or for growing their feed. If we no longer needed this land for animals, it would be freed up for other purposes. This represents the single largest land use change in human history. Imagine billions of acres returning to their natural state. We could embark on the largest reforestation project ever conceived, planting forests that would act as massive carbon sinks, pulling CO2 from the atmosphere. This rewilding could help restore biodiversity, bringing back ecosystems that have been pushed to the brink. Rivers could run clean again, and wildlife populations could recover in these newly created habitats. The environmental benefits would be profound. Animal agriculture is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, responsible for a significant chunk of methane and nitrous oxide, potent gases that warm our planet. Without this constant emission source, we would see a dramatic and immediate drop in our global carbon footprint. Experts estimate that a global shift to a plant-based diet could cut food-related emissions by up to 70%. This would be a game-changer in our fight against climate change. It could buy us crucial time to transition our energy and transport sectors to more sustainable models, potentially helping us avoid the worst impacts of a warming world. Water usage would also plummet. It takes an incredible amount of water to raise animals for food, far more than what's needed to grow most plant crops. A global vegetarian diet would free up trillions of gallons of fresh water. This would be a lifeline for regions suffering from water scarcity, reducing pressure on our rivers, lakes, and aquifers. Cleaner water would also mean healthier oceans. Runoff from animal farms often pollutes waterways with excess nutrients, leading to harmful algal blooms and dead zones where marine life cannot survive. Removing this source of pollution would help our oceans begin to heal. Then there's the question of world hunger. It's a cruel irony that we grow enough food to feed the world, yet hundreds of millions go hungry. A huge portion of the crops we grow, like corn and soy, isn't eaten by people but is used for animal feed. If we redirected these crops to human consumption, we would have an instant surplus of calories. This shift could fundamentally alter our ability to feed every person on the planet. We would have more than enough food to eliminate global hunger, though the challenges of distribution and political will would still need to be overcome. The health of the global population would also likely see a significant shift. Diets rich in fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes are linked to lower rates of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer. A worldwide move towards plant-based eating could lead to a dramatic improvement in public health. Healthcare systems could see reduced strain as lifestyle-related chronic diseases become less common. Of course, a balanced vegetarian diet is key. We would need a global focus on nutritional education to ensure everyone gets the essential vitamins and minerals they need to thrive. But what about the social and cultural aspects? For many cultures, specific dishes and meals are central to traditions, festivals, and family gatherings. An overnight shift would mean letting go of these long-held culinary traditions. The social fabric woven around food would be restitched, with new traditions and celebrations emerging around plant-based cuisine. This would be a difficult and emotional adjustment for many. It highlights that our relationship with food is about more than just sustenance, it's about identity, community, and heritage. The transition would be complex, filled with both incredible opportunities and monumental challenges. The economic shock would be severe, but the environmental rewards would be equally immense. We would be presented with a unique chance to rewild our planet, combat climate change, and potentially end world hunger. It would force us to redefine our relationship with the natural world and with each other. This hypothetical scenario pushes us to think about the real-world impact of our daily choices. While an instant global shift is unlikely, it serves as a powerful thought experiment. It reveals the interconnectedness of our food systems with the health of our planet and our society. It challenges us to consider what kind of future we want to build. What do you think would be the biggest challenge or the greatest benefit? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on Be Kind Fare. If you found this journey thought-provoking, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration.